inside our proactive newsroom, and joining me now is John Lee, the executive chairman of Silver Elephant Mining. And John, it's nice to see you. How are you?
Good morning. Good to be on your show.
Yeah, lots of stuff to talk about. The company's been extremely busy. First off, let's talk about capital, because you've did a recent capital raise, over $3.7 million. So obviously people are tuning into your story.
Yes, well, Stephen, the private placement was way oversubscribed, and that was on top of a $9.2 million prospective financing bought deal took place in November. That was participated by 3 major brokers in Canada.
Right, that's good news. So that gives you obviously an opportunity to do a lot of things, and that's what we're going to talk about as well. One of which is you've recently had some results out from a couple of drilling programs. Let's deal with them, but both of them are in Bolivia. But let's deal with Sunawayo first. Tell me about this project and the drilling, because the number was fantastic.
Yeah, Stephen, just back it up a bit. Silver Elephant, we're a company listed on the Toronto Stock Exchange and also one of the OTCQX top 50 in terms of volume. And the company is an exploration company with the objective of proving as much silver in the ground as possible to provide the leverage. And the company's trading up quite closely to the silver price as a proxy to silver. It has excellent liquidity. We trade about 50 million shares a month. That's 25% of the entire float of the company. Our major projects, all of them are in Bolivia. They're silver projects. And to answer your question, we acquired this Sunawayo project in September last year. It's a brand new discovery we made, a 60 square kilometer inland package. And it's a 15-hole drill program we're starting in December of last year. And the results of the first 2 holes came out a week ago, and it was 137 meters of 36 grams of silver, in addition to some lead and zinc credit. The mineralization starts from surface, and it is a greenfield, a new discovery. The property's never been drilled before, and we're quite excited because it is the first hole, and we managed to hit mineralization, and also that starts from surface.
Yeah, and so that program's going to continue. You mentioned 15 holes total, right?
15. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Starting in December, there was a brief Christmas break in Bolivia Carnival and a bit of rain season. So the program will wrap up in about a couple of weeks, and we'd expect to have continued drill results throughout March and April.
Okay, let's talk about this other project in Bolivia that you also had results out, because it was equally as good. Is it Pulacayo? Is that how you say it?
Yes. And
yeah,
Stephen, Pulacayo it is the second largest silver mine based on historical production. Over 650 million ounces of silver have been produced since the 1600s. And we started drilling at Pulacayo in November, about the same time as we started Sunawayo. The project already has 120 million ounces of silver based on close to 100,000 meters of drilling. So this is a bit of an expansion drilling based on the drill results we had in the past. And the results came in January, and we drilled 4 meters of 360 grams of silver, in addition to lead and zinc. So on a silver equivalent basis, it was well over 500 grams per ton. And in addition to that 6 meters of high-grade intercept, there's also a couple of other shallower, lower grade intercept around 30-40 meters of 30 grams of silver. So altogether, it unquestionably added to the overall global resource of Pulacayo. And so we have not only one, but 2 ponies going in parallel.
Yeah. Now, is that at Pulacayo? Was that a step out along strike, or was that a different area altogether?
It is a step out along the strike. And what happened in the past was the previous operator had drilled and thought the mineralization has closed off on the eastern and western edge. So what we have found is that there was a fault, and we suspected that the vein was displaced 200 meters to the south. So instead of drilling just along the strike, we repositioned and recolored the rigs 200 meters to the south, and we managed to hit. So the news is significant, even though the intercept might not be a lot to speak of, but that means that potentially the mineralization could extend much further east than we had anticipated in the past.
Okay. Now you mentioned that you got 2 ponies running in Bolivia, and you sort of got a horse running in Manitoba now as well, because you made an acquisition there, to use your analogy. Tell me about this. It's a nickel sulfide acquisition, right?
Yeah. Well, Stephen, the company's name is Silver Elephant. Our primary focus is silver. However, this interesting opportunity came up in Minago in nickel. And that's really on the backdrop of the news that came of our interest from Elon Musk. And he said that buy as much nickels as you can, don't wait. And as Stephen, you're probably aware where nickel is to do with the future in the lithium battery for electric vehicles, which is expected to grow 30–40% in the next 10 years. And that would necessitate 40% increase in nickel demand, of which nickel production actually declined 4% in 2020 compared to 2019. So the project, in short, it was once fully permitted nickel project in Manitoba in the Thompson Nickel Belt, which is the 5th largest nickel belt in the world. And the project had historical resource 790 million pounds of nickel. And based on 70,000 meters drilling of a land package over almost 200 square kilometers. Wow. So I think, Stephen, by compiling some of the results that weren't included in the past resource estimate, as well as maybe do a bit of infill drilling, validation drilling, we could potentially upsize that resource estimate to close to 1 billion pounds. And that will land Minago, as the name of the project, as one of the top tier nickel sulfide open pit nickel project in all of Canada, and one is certainly the higher grade within its peers.
Yeah, John, are you going to get out onto there this year? Is that the plan?
We missed the drill season. It is in Manitoba. The access is best during the winter time, as there are some softer grounds out there. Okay. So it's and we just completed the acquisition not even a month ago. Right now, the company is just busy taking in all that data, as close to 1 terabyte of data to compile that. Looking into, I think Stephen, the company is not so much into engineering and production. But we're really riding along this, what we see as the huge commodity wave that's coming, and proven up as much resources as we can, which we believe is the best use of shareholders' resources in anticipation of a big run out, and provide that leverage for as much metals in the ground now, not only in terms of silver, but nickel as well.
All right, it makes a lot of sense. John, thank you so much. A very busy company you are, and it was great to get a little thoughts on what you're doing, and I appreciate your time.
Yeah, Stephen, thank you. Hopefully be able to get on your show, provide an update soon.
Absolutely, love to do it. John Lee is Executive Chairman of Silver Elephant Mining.